Hello everyone, Mark here, Mark's Max Muscle, and this is the matchup you guys have all been waiting for. Ronnie The King Coleman 2003 versus Rubiel Mosquera, otherwise known as NECKZILLA. This is, of course, your You Pick Tuesday lineup. You guys want to see the rest of these ones? Some good ones there. Hit this, or hit thumbs up on this video, get it up to 500 likes. Easily done, and I will do the other requests. But anyway, on with this one. I mean, Ronnie King Coleman, the greatest of all time. I have gotten requests on this one since Rubiel made his pro debut, not his Olympia debut yet, but his pro debut. And I honestly did not do it until now. Well, I have to do it now. It's You Pick Tuesday. But I didn't do it until now because I don't think Rubiel's ready yet. I don't think he's ready to take a licking from this Ronnie King Coleman. I think if he refines his physique a little bit, shows off the triceps. He obviously has some tricep meat. He shows it off a little bit better. I think he'd be more than a match for the king, the big king. But guys, take a look at Ronnie's legendary tricep sweeps, coupled with some of the best, maybe the best biceps you're ever going to see in the game. Lats till Tuesday and quads. I mean, if NECKZILLA's going to get Ronnie in any muscle group, it's going to be the quads, and it appears Ronnie just has more muscle separation. Calves, though, even the most devout Colemanite would admit defeat in that aspect. Go to the front lat spread. Sizing these two dudes, a little bit difficult. Ronnie is crouching his head down, but he is holding his legs straighter, so ultimately made them about the same height. I think they are close to being the same height. But usually Ronnie goes turtle, makes him a little shorter. Look at that. Hilarious. Now, NECKZILLA was taking a knockout shot. Not a knockout, but he was getting knocked down in that front double. Definitely took a shot to the chin. Got him knocked down. But in this one, he took it all right to the chin and he stood up against Ronnie. He's not, that doesn't mean he's winning the shot at all. But he's definitely holding his own. Look at this upper body on Rubiel. Narrow clavicle, nothing. I don't know. He looks pretty symmetrical, upper and lower body, in this shot. But, I mean, if you're going to do a real comparison, look, from the chest meat to the quad separation, Ronnie Coleman, I mean, he is the king for a reason, guys. But we are not ignoring those overwhelming calves of NECKZILLA. So I'm sure Ronnie would take note of that. Turn to the side here, side chest development. You'll notice that I did slip in some calves from another picture, but he didn't have his chest bowed out good, Ronnie King Coleman. And to not put the calves in this one wouldn't really be fair to Rubiel Mosquera NECKZILLA. And this shot here, upper body, Coleman, still bigger. Look at the far pec. That's how you gauge the chest from the side. Look at the far pec and then the close pec. Things of that nature. Ronnie, still probably winning in that aspect. This is, I don't know, man. This is a close shot. Ronnie's arms look bigger. They do, size-wise. Look at those big babies. Delts look bigger as well. Forearms, I mean the entire arm. What do you want? Now the lower half, Colemanites, admit it, Quadzilla is something special, for sure. Side tricep, you know what? I think Quadzilla might even be getting a pose on Ronnie Coleman. Could you imagine that one? Make no mistake about it, Ronnie Coleman, this might be known as one of his weaker shots, but this still would defeat most guys, most of the great ones. Look at the striations in his tricep, and the guy is just huge all over. Rubiel, I don't know why he didn't hit this when he was doing his mandatories. We need a good, clear shot of your side tricepses, baby, please. Those legs are impossibly huge and striated. Look at that. Good. Looks a little bit more striated than Ronnie King Coleman. But dare I speak ill of the Colemanites. Have a look at the back. And this is why I didn't want to do this one, guys. I did not want to disrespect NECKZILLA. And if Rubiel just so happens to be watching this video, I don't mean any disrespect at all, big man. Nobody's defeating Ronnie Coleman. And for you to defeat him, I mean, I guess you'd be the first. But it's his pro debut. I can't stress that enough. Pro debut. And for those of you who don't think the glutes matter, who cares about steroided glutes, Lee Priest might say, but even he'd have a look at this great big butterfly buttocks. Yes, incredible butterfly buttocks of Ronnie King Coleman. And, I mean, do you want me to pick it apart, guys? Traps, lat width. Rubiel has some good lat insertions. I mean, he's got the genetics. And look at the lower half. My soul. Not so much the glutes or the condition of the hamstrings, but the calves and the thickness of the quads. Might even have a bigger set of quads than Ronnie King Coleman. Here's the rear double. Wow, look at those legs. Now this one here, almost darn near symmetrical for Rubiel. He was making all the other guys, like Samson, Michael Crezo, look thin in the legs. But of course, guys, look at Ronnie. He's got a great back. His front's even better. And then turn him around for the back, and that's even better again. I don't know how that makes sense, but Ronnie King Coleman could make it happen if he could be negative body fat percentage. And speaking of that, yes, guys, there is a conditioning. It's not just size. Coleman's not just huge. Throw him up against anybody. Maybe aside from a Phil Heath or a Derek Lunsford, maybe. Hamstring, glute condition, things of that nature. Coleman is king. But we will definitely, be watching out for NECKZILLA dry out a little bit more. And speaking of neck, look at those traps. Pretty impressive against the king. Here's the abs and thigh, and I actually thought this one might even go to NECKZILLA. But nothing doing. Not gonna do it. That's George Bush. Look at the lats on King. Not exactly Tinkerbell. Not exactly what you would call Tinkerbell. And is this supposed to be his weaker shot? Ronnie King Coleman looks pretty darn good to me. Actually, his abs and thigh improved over the years. Even though his midsection might not have been as trim, he just made it work for him with this added size to the lats. And Rubiel, he looked good in the lineup at the Prague Pro in the abs and thigh. He's got good separation in the abs, I would suggest. And lats, if you're not comparing them with Ronnie King Coleman, they look good. They look more than decent. And quads, they're not as smooth as you guys think. Ronnie Coleman has legendary cuts in them quads. Fantastic, huge size. So Rubiel, he can't be too hard on him, guys. Here is the last pose, the most muscular, and look at the width on Ronnie King Coleman. The delt width, look at that. The clavicle itself. Now, obviously, Rubiel, not the widest clavicle, but I would definitely not call him trout shoulders. Looks pretty good, guys, and he's not going to have the meat of a Ronnie King Coleman. Ronnie's fifth Olympia win, I think, something of that nature. 98, 99, 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003. Oh, I guess it's a sixth. Gotta learn my math. And this is NECKZILLA's pro debut. And I know I've said it several times, but you gotta keep that in mind. Add some condition, add some size on the delts. If he gets his quads to be cut, more cut in the abs, some delt size, yes, he can win the Olympia title. But let's face it, guys. Yeah, buddy. Ding, ding, ding. Nobody beats Ronnie King Coleman. But the fact that it's questionable whether Ronnie was winning all of these shots shows that Rubiel could be a multiple-time Mr. Olympia champion just to be able to defeat Ronnie in one or two poses. Side tricep, probably gonna give it to Rubiel. Side chest, it was close enough to say, okay, well, he might be able to get it. And I think that's the only two. I don't think the abs and thigh was going to be anywhere near Rubiel. I think Ronnie was pretty darn dominant. But still, guys, if you're going to defeat Ronnie in 1 or 2 shots, hold that head up high, Rubiel, especially on a pro debut. Unheard of. Sky is the limit for Rubiel Mosquera. And with Ronnie King Coleman, I guess he pushed that limit. He's the best of all time. He's the greatest of all time. I guess Arnold might be the greatest, but he's the best of all time. Rubiel, he could be an 8-time Mr. Olympia champion as well. Just a young Buckingham Palace yet. Hit thumbs up on the video, 500 likes. I will do the rest of the requests. You pick Tuesday. Have a great one.